This is so funny to me. Um, I'm sitting in my cubicle. I'm at work. I'm about to leave. And the pants that I'm wearing today are brown. I have a shirt on that says Grow with the Flow. And my little sign of inspiration says, Progress begins with one step. Now, I know you want to say, well, what does this have to do with anything? Why is that of any relevance? A dream I had last night, it was about a plant. And this particular plant, the I saw just the leaves of the plant. Now the roots were good, everything looked great, it's chilling, but the leaves were brown. They were just like dry. They were like, you know how you see leaves and they just like when you touch them, it looks like it's just gonna fall off and crumble. Like it was like that. It was dry. And when I woke up, I thought that was a premonition to what was going to happen to my plants if I don't repot them, because I have some plants that were given to me, been propagating, trying to learn some things, propagating some plants. So they've been sitting in the water for a couple of months now. I've had this job for a while. So they've been sitting in water. And every week, they would just blossom, 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 all right? New leaf, got a new little root showing. Super exciting. And at some point, I kept looking at it because they're in my cubicle. I was looking at them and I was like, they ain't really producing no more leaves like they used to. And like the process slowed down. The roots were still going. I was changing the water, every week or whatever. They get in this fake light. They get this lighted here because it's a cubicle. But the plant is meant to be indoors or outdoors, and I chose to be indoor. Anyway, so took them home. I was like, they slowed down, confided in my uncle. He's very versed in plants. I confided in him and I was like, I don't know what's going on. The growth has stopped, and I'm getting a little worried. And he said, well, how the roots looking? The roots looking good. Okay, you been changing the water? Yes, sir. Been changing the water. Been changing the water. And he was like, well, it might be time for you to put them in some soil. So I take the plants home, and they just chilling in the window at this point because I was like, I need some pots or whatever, make it cute. So I, found some pots, and in between doing everything that I got going on, a couple of days go by, a couple of weeks go by, and anyway, I'm getting a little off track. But just like, let me back up. So when I researched, I was like, let me take some time because I just had the dream last night. Let me take some time to actually research what brown leaves mean. So on a physical aspect, brown leaves mean that it's a problem with the watering. You either overwatering it or you're underwatering it. Those are the two. Now you can get all scientific and be like, oh, well, the nutrients and the pH is off and you gotta tweak this and you gotta do that. But just for the general sense of this conversation, it was basically talking about I'm either overwatering it or underwatering it. In my case, they propagate it in water, so maybe it was overwatering it. I haven't changed it in a while, so maybe it is a problem with the nutrients and everything is off that way. But anywho, on the spiritual side of it, because I also looked that up, because we don't know everything, you have to seek knowledge in order to understand something. Okay, so in the spiritual sense, it had two meanings, or the two meanings I chose that felt like this would be appropriate. One is endings and transitions. Something is coming to an end, relationships, job, habit, seasons in your life. The other definition that came up was releasing and renewing. A need to let go of outdated patterns or attachments to move forward with new growth and development. So, just like the plant in my dream, we have outgrown where we are. You have outgrown, sorry, I'm holding my book because I had to write the notes down. You have outgrown where you are. The presence of brown leaves, like I thought, is a failure. Like it's not, it is dying, but it doesn't equate to failure, but it is a sign of growth. Growth requires change. And I'm giving you permission to release what no longer feeds your purpose, what no longer is in alignment to who you are. You have to release it in order to grow. For my plants, I have to take them out of the environment that they're in, not because they don't have the potential to get bigger or to produce more leaves, but because the space that they're in is no longer, they're not in the propagating phase. They have propagated. Propagating means I have took a snippet from the mother plant and I'm waiting for it to get roots. It's been rooted. The roots been rooting out here. Like it's been so many roots that they just spiraling in the bottle. So it's time for me to take them out. And it's time for you to do the same. You do not have to stay. Let me calm down a little bit and breathe. Cause I'm about to get a little intimate with you. You do not have to stay rooted in outgrown soil. I say it again. You do not have to stay rooted in outdated soil. Trust that in this season, you are allowed to seek new ground, new soil, a new job, a new relationship, a new environment. You are allowed to do that. Don't allow other people to tell you what you can and cannot do, because you have to live your life for who? Wait, can you see my ear? You have to live it for who? For you. So I want to encourage you to move forward in your faith. Because new soil, it awaits you. Understand that. Oh, it's making me emotional a little bit. Understand that everything that you went through was not for failure. It was for the purpose of growth. It builds character. So just because it looks like it's falling apart, just because it looks like, dang, I lost a job, dang, I got evicted, dang. I'm not speaking this over your life. I'm just saying in general. Maybe that's what you're related to. Dang, my man broke up with me. Dang, my girl done left. She cheated on me. He cheated on me. It was an imbalance in communication. It was an imbalance all the way around. I wasn't being compensated for my time. Whatever that situation looks like, know that that crumbling, that breaking, the browning is green on the other side, baby. That's all I got. Okay, bye.